Once upon a time, in a pretty forest, there was a red flower called a rose. It bloomed when the weather got warm in spring. The rose was very happy and looked around to see everything. There was a tall tree called a pine tree nearby that liked the rose and said, "You are a beautiful flower. I wish I could be as pretty as you." Another tree tried to make the pine feel better and said, "Don't be sad, dear pine. We all have our own special things." But the proud red rose turned and said with confidence, "I think I am the most beautiful flower in this forest." A happy flower called the sunflower, with a big yellow head, asked, "Why do you think that? There are many other beautiful flowers here, and you are just one of them." Ignoring the sunflower's question, the red rose said, "Everyone looks at me and thinks I am beautiful." Then the rose saw a prickly plant called a cactus and said mean things like, "Look at that ugly plant with thorns." The pine tree, surprised by the rose's words, gently said, "Red rose, that's not nice. We shouldn't judge what is beautiful. And remember, you have thorns too." But the proud red rose, feeling angry, looked at the pine tree and said, "You don't know what real beauty is. My thorns are not like the cactus's thorns." The trees shook their heads, thinking, "That flower is too proud." The red rose tried to move away from the cactus but couldn't. Days went by, and it became very hot in the forest because there was no rain. The red rose started to droop and look sad. One day, the rose saw birds pecking at the cactus and then flying away, seeming happy. This made the rose curious, so it asked the pine tree why the birds were doing that. The pine tree said that the birds were drinking from the cactus. "But doesn't it hurt when the birds make holes?" the rose asked. "Yes, it hurts the cactus, but it doesn't want to see the birds suffer," the pine tree explained. The rose was amazed and said, "The cactus has water?" "Yes, you can also drink from it. If you ask the cactus nicely, the birds can bring water to you," the pine tree suggested. Feeling sorry for its earlier behavior, the red rose hesitated but finally asked the cactus for help. To its surprise, the cactus agreed and the birds brought water to the rose roots. From that day on, the red rose learned a very important lesson. It promised to never judge others by their looks. It understood that true beauty comes from kindness and not just appearances.